and it kind of depicts most of my struggles are internal, and I've come to work on that more over the years. Growing up, mental illness was part of our home, and it was something that was kept secret. Um, like bad thing, like when fights went on, it was like, don't tell people, act like we're normal, but we're not. But then as I got older, I'm like, mental illness is like normal. Other people are living with it. But all of that secrecy kind of created a shame, and a shame towards struggle, which is a part of natural life. And I think like I love my family, and there's a lot of greatness that came from it, but there was also like dark things too. And so I made mine Celebrate Challenge to help bring people together to not feel ashamed about the struggles that they face. And I think that any situation that you're in, good or bad, you can come up with something to be grateful for, a challenge, and desire. So the idea is to encourage people to be more mindful of their feelings, of their thoughts, and kind of direct them in a way to dream up a better life and live and feel happier, and not limit themselves. Maybe like if you were to present something that you wanted, someone might say, you can't because you're not. And then you're like, well, this person didn't. And they're like, well, you're not that person. But to have the idea that we are all human beings and like capable of what we want. So that's the theme is gratitude, challenge, and desire. And here represents like the roller coaster of life, because a family can be happy and sad, and things like diamonds come from diamond mines, and we had the Terrapons, and now it's Open Hearth Park. And I think that that's my idea of like any state has its ups and downs, and it's all about your perspective and how you look at it. So my social network itself won't be that much different, but the attitude, it's to educate the users on the attitude to feel better, and it will be more targeted towards people who want a more meaningful social network experience. And I myself did it with Instagram. I made the effort. I realized like my Facebook, I have over 1,000 friends, and some of them I don't even know, and a lot of them I really don't care about. So when I started Instagram, I decided I'm only going to follow things that are uplifting, that I like, and that make me feel good. And I even started searching for people, maybe if they had an eating disorder, because I had a lot of struggles with an eating disorder through high school and university, and it was something I couldn't admit. Like I couldn't even say the words without crying, but then like I had to accept like that's okay. That's not who I am. It's a part of who I am, and it doesn't make me like a weirdo. It's just like that was an internal struggle I kind of had to make a conscious effort to overcome. So that's what I want other people to not feel ashamed about things that they want, and not have that, like find comfort people who want to help. And another issue I kind of realized was where there was a lot of mental illness and meanness growing up. I kind of saw friends as my family, and it took me a lot of years to realize I was putting up with mean people because I thought that ultimately they wanted the best for me, but I was like, wow, these people don't. So I had to kind of filter my real life friends, kind of like I did with Instagram, like filtering my social network to make it a more meaningful experience. So that's what I wanted to do with this. It won't be much different, like I said, from regular, like this is more Instagram inspired, but these GCD, they'll have to use that, and it has a dollar sign, and the G represents gratitude, the C challenge, and D desire. And you might have a post that maybe it fits all of those criteria, so you can put all of those, but it's kind of be like, hey, I woke up this morning and I'm grateful for that because maybe someone didn't wake up this morning. And then you'll go into your own thing, and you'll have this fortune cookie that you can click, and it will generate different inspirational quotes. And you'll also have the option to contribute to it, and you'll search the same but as Facebook and Instagram by hashtags, but you'll encourage to use help and share, because maybe you just want to put an issue out there just to put it out there, but maybe you're putting out there to ask for help and you're looking for a response, and then you use the hashtag help. And then share, maybe it's a message you want people to share and you think it's important that more people know, so you hashtag share. And then the like would be appreciate, because sometimes I noticed in Facebook people will put like my grandmother died, I'm so sad. And people put like, but not because they like it because it's good, but because like, I hear you, like I can relate to that. So that's where the appreciate comes from. And trove will be an option that you're working on a story or picture that you want to share, but you don't have the courage to share yet, or you see someone else's information that you can connect with, but you don't want to connect with it publicly, but you kind of want to hold it for yourself. So you'll be able to like pin it or take it and put it in your trove. They don't see that you've taken it, but you can go look at it, and then you can work on your courage, like whether you, because you don't have to share everything. So that's the idea of this trove. And that's Celebrate Challenge.
Inspirational social network. I like it. I think I think that the internet's done a lot of really great things over the years, but with the great power that it allows you, it also gives people a great power to do things that aren't so nice. For instance, trolling. Trolling is a big one. There's the ability to be completely anonymous and be able to just crap all over someone just for the want to do that. So what you're trying to do is get people to come out of their shells a little more as well as see them.
And kind of take responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah.
Like the bullying and stuff is a part of, and the downfalls are just a part of life, but ultimately you have the choice and you can adjust your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing what is ridiculous, like what's ridiculous is like when I was going through these eating disorders and you see people are saying the magazines are causing it and this and that. Well, for instance, for me, I went to church and it sounds really crazy, but it's actually like true. I was actually looking at like Jesus cross up on Jesus cross, or Christ up on the cross with his like kneecaps and ribs showing. And I was envious of that. Like I thought, I wish I looked like him, and he's like being crucified. So that I was obviously sick. And then my mom has also crazy, like says things that I just have to ignore. For instance, like this summer, she said, I've been doing your laundry, because she does my laundry, and you wear a lot of deodorant. And I said, yeah, I know. That's kind of just a thing I do, and it's a bad habit. She said, well, just be careful, because like I'd hate to see you not get a job over that. And I was like, okay, like if someone was not going to hire me for a job over having deodorant stains on my shirt, I would actually rather not work for that person. But my mom wouldn't see it like that. She's like, oh my God, a job is everything. Oh my God, I keep everything a secret. She's kind of crazy, but she's also good too. So I'm not bashing my mom. I'm just saying like she has her.
An example.
Yeah, she's human, like anyone.
And it's important to have I get what you're saying, it's important to have a support network. You can talk about these things, and I don't have, or I haven't always had people who I can reach out to in person or feel comfortable doing that. I've always been on the internet, and there's no network for that. You can use you can go on Reddit and try and see support there. Go on any sort of network and try and find support. But I think the idea of having a network based around inspiration and helping people is really important.
Yeah,
I think so too. And I also do see that people are kind of distinguishing online from real life, but I don't see it that way. I see it all as real life, because when you're connecting with these people, you are making a connection. I know it's not the same, but it still is a real person on the other line.
If nobody connected, if everybody had the disconnect between the online world and the real world, there would be no such thing as online bullying either, right? So, no, I like what you're doing. I think your big thing would be you got to kind of find a way to make sure that the user is always comfortable, though. That's the thing.
It's more to educate the user to take responsibility. Yeah. You have to kind of figure out what's making you uncomfortable to that way. Because I'm not going to ensure that you're always going to be comfortable, because that's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this course and I'm comfortable with the people, but I'm still having struggles. So when people are like, oh, how's it going? It's really good, but it's hard. And then you see certain people, they don't want to hear that it's hard, or they don't want to, I don't know. Some people are weird, but
it's not hard. Everybody can do it.
Exactly. So My mad is, well, I didn't code much this week. I'm not really mad about that because that's actually kind of my glad. So my glad is I didn't code that much this week. And I went like skating with Carol and I liked that a lot. And that was fun. And I went rollerblading too. My sad would be that when I was kind of coming for my inspiration with this, like brought back bad memories that I wanted to deal with, and that was sad. And my mad was that I'm not great at putting it into the app, and I thought, oh, Instagram is so basic, and then I started to draw that out, and I'm like, wow, there's actually a whole lot to this. So that was kind of mad that. So I only put it on 2 slides.
What wireframe software did you use?
I used Sketch.
Sketch? Did you try anything else out?
I tried Sumo Paint,
Okay.
and
What made you choose Sketch over Sumo Paint?
well, Sumo Paint wouldn't work for me at all. Like it turned my screen, like nothing would work on it.
Well, that's a good enough reason.
So that's why I went away from it.
What did you like about Sketch, and what didn't you like about it?
It was all right. Like, I don't know. I wish that I could have like twist things like more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Faye.
Yes.